bait chuckers out there. My name is Michael. Welcome back to the channel. I first want to thank all of you for clicking on the video today. We already passed 2,000 subscribers after our first 6 months here on YouTube. I can't thank all of you enough. Really, I appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your day to click on the video, watch, leave comments down below, leaving that thumbs up, letting me know how we're doing, color suggestions, mold suggestions. We got lots of content coming your way. And you know, now that we're actually heading into content pretty much full time, well, that means we got to start bringing on some sponsors, and we are here to announce our very first sponsor. I know, sponsors, now I'm going to be paid for everything I'm saying. You're not going to know if you can believe me or not, but listen, I think you're going to really like today's sponsor, because the sponsor of this video is me. It's bait chucking. That's right. Check out the sweet new threads. You like these sweet bait chucking t-shirts we got going on here? Well, if you look right down below the video, you'll see a product bar up there. That's right, we got the merch store fully up and running. So feel free to browse the products that we have down below each video, or you can click through and head on over to baitchucking.com and check out all of the fun bait chucking merchandise that we have available for you. So with every bit of merchandise that you purchase from the bait chucking store, a little bit off the top comes back to help us here at the channel, and this will allow us to continue to bring you all the content that you love. And I love making it, to be honest. So don't forget, baitchucking.com to get your hands on some sweet bait chucking merch. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be playing with one of my favorite molds. That's right, the Epic Bait Molds Lizard mold. 6.2 inch lizard to be exact. It's heating up. It's the middle of summer here around the Delta, and the creature bite is on. Not to mention, we got our hands on the tail mold, so we're going to be messing with some lizard tails as well as some lizards, and we're going to be making them in an amazing new old color. A modern rendition of an old classic color, actually using a re-release of an old color. Let me explain. Alright, so a lot of you know I've been working with the team over at MF Manufacturing, and after some digging and some prying and some searching in the back of the warehouse, Mixmaster J found a few gallons of an old color that can't be made anymore, and yeah, you're going to want to get your hands on this one. So if you don't know, MF Manufacturing provides plastics and colors to two of the biggest brands in soft plastics, I would say. If you can't figure out who they are, well, I'll give you a couple hints. You should go back and check out my Morning Dawn video I did. I'll put a link to that in the upper right hand corner. That's probably going to give away one of the companies that they work with. And if you fished a 5-inch stick bait anytime in the last, I don't know, 20 years, you probably can figure out who the other company is as well. So what we have here is an original melon color recipe from way back in the day. I mean, you can even see it's got the old label on it here. So this was a leftover batch of colors that was made for this company, and there was only a few gallons left, not enough for a full order, so it ended up being rejected because the color, couldn't be continued. So it sat there on the shelf for years and years and years, and well, this is a color that they've since retired. But there's a few gallons of it left. So I've convinced Jeff, whether good or bad, to re-release the color for us in the bait community. So he only had enough. There's a few pint bottles, I know. I got my hands on one of them, and I think there's only about 200 or so of the 2-ounce jars. And this is labeled the OG Melon. It's a melon from, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago, something like that, when it was first made. So OG Melon, it's a very, very vibrant green melon. It looks amazing. It has transparent properties. It does bleed, so keep that in mind. Once this is gone, this can't be made anymore. So this is it. So head on over to mfmanufacturing.com. I have a link down below in the description. And don't forget to use code BAITCHUCKIN10. Save yourself 10% off your colors over there at MF. And so what color are we going to make today? Well, we're going to do our spin on what I'm calling OG Watermelon Red Pepper, otherwise known as California 420. But depending on whatever you want to call it, we have an amazing recipe and this looks awesome. And we're also going to spike it up a little bit using some of the Lureworks Diamond Red Pearl. Now, this is optional. You don't need this for the recipe, but after watching Adam's videos over at SDG Custom Lurecraft, and again, I'll put a link to that video in the upper right-hand corner of the screen for you, I had to have it. I mean, it looks awesome. So, awesome little touch. Thank you, Adam, for turning me on to the Diamond Pearls. So OG Melon Red Pepper is the base color we're making today. For the tails, I went through my sprue pile back there and pulled out all of the red and oranges colored sprues that I could find. There's not much, but it's okay. We're just gonna shoot a few tails. And then I have some other cool colors that I was messing around with for some trout baits. I have some MF Silver Pearl mixed with some of their color shift powder here, along with the Creek Chub and some Holographic Flake. And I figured, you know what? Laminating these two together, I think that would make for a nice top bottom color on the lizard. So we're gonna be playing with laminates, we're gonna be playing with tails. It's just gonna be a lizard kind of day. All right, come on, let's get to it. So first up on our list of supplies you're going to need today in order to make this bait is, of course, you guessed it, the OG Melon from MF Manufacturing. We're also going to be using a little bit of black. So we're going to be using Dead On Black today, but you can use any black pigment that you feel comfortable with. In terms of glitter today, we're going to be using the 0.04 medium black glitter, as well as a 0.04 medium red holographic flake of your choice. And then to spice it up a little bit, that's right, the Lureworks Diamond Pearls has that little bit of glimmer right there on the top. It's awesome stuff. All right. So this is coming fresh out of the vacuum chamber, and that looks really good. Let's get a close look here. I mean, I don't think we need to add anything to it. I think those are going to make for some nice tails. What do you think? Yeah. Alright, so we just gave that a quick little heat up inside of the microwave just to make sure we're up to temperature. And I think we are good to go. So let's get these tails shot here. See what we're working with. See if we need to spice it up. But I think we're going to be just fine. Yeah, tails don't really take much of any plastisol at all. But that's a beautiful red with lots of sparkle in there. So these tails should be very vibrant. Oh yeah. Alright, and there you go. Looking pretty spiffy. Oh yeah, all that glitter's gonna come through and sparkle when that thing whips around back there. Awesome. Let's get some more. Alright, round two. Here we go. Just like that. Alright, there we go. Round two looking just as good as round one. Alright, so here we are with some fresh plastisol right out of the microwave, ready to go. We've given our colors a ton of shaking, but something I want to point out here, if you look at when you're dealing with these old colors, when you get the OG Melon like this, here, let me kind of get in close here. Can you see here, some of the pigment is old and it kind of chunks up. Now, this happens with a lot of colors, not just this one in particular, but after colors sit and hard pack for a while, the pigments can get chunky. And a lot of times when you look, the orifice that's here on the tip of the Yorker isn't always necessarily wide enough, which is why I like to keep an ice pick handy, and I just like to make sure to get in there and widen up that hole just a little bit to make sure all of the pigment gets through. You see that there? You don't need to go in, you don't need to rip your top, but I like to make sure that I have a nice wide orifice so that way all of the carrier and all of the pigment makes its way through. Alright, so in order to do our recipe, it requires us to have 100 drops of the OG melon. Alright, there we go, 100 drops of the OG melon. And if I remember correctly, after the last video we did, 100 drops should equal out to 1/4 tablespoon. So if you don't want to count out 100 drops, you can just simply dump 1/4 tablespoon and you're good to go. Now look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful green, emerald green melon. But for what we're going to be doing, because this is very translucent, I mean, look at that. You can easily see the lettering. Even though the knife disappears, right? Look at that. It's dark when it gets thick, but when it's thin, it's super transparent. You can see that there. Awesome, awesome old school color. So we're going to darken it up just a tad, and this is where the 5 drops of Dead On Black comes in, and this is going to give us our solid base for the watermelon red pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. It's a little swirly at first because that's an old school color in there, that OG melon, so just make sure you mix it real good. That black will blend itself all the way in, and then you get this awesome dark melon. Awesome stuff. Now, if you don't have OG melon and you happen to have MF's black watermelon, you could also do the same recipe, just doing 100 drops of black watermelon. That works as well. But this looks amazing. Okay, now to add in some of our diamonds. All right, we have the Lureworks Diamond Pearl Red, and we are going to be doing 1 full 16th teaspoon. Okay. We're just going to dump that right in there. Now, here's a really cool effect that happens because this OG melon is so transparent. Now, we see it right now and the pearls look red on the surface. Watch what happens once we start to mix this up. We get a little bit of a color change going on here, and those pearls actually turn a beautiful kind of rose gold / copper. So we get this awesome, awesome reflectivity now, and that's this awesome little sheen added into our base for the watermelon red pepper. Amazing stuff. I love this color so much. It's one of my favorite colors, and it catches fish. All right, so to finish off our recipe, we have 1/8 of a teaspoon of red medium flake, and last but not least, 1/8 of a teaspoon of the black glitter. And that, my friends, is an amazing watermelon red pepper, aka California 420 combination right there. Absolutely wonderful. You can see it in the cup, you can see it on the stir stick. I mean, that is a solid combination, folks. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. An amazing sheen. All right, enough of me talking. Let's get this injected into the lizards and you all can see what it looks like for yourself. I find it ironic that we're making OG Melon 420, and it is in fact right now 4:20 p.m. Coincidence? Just saying. Okay, so we have gone through the vacuum chamber. We have reheated in the microwave, back up the temperature. We are set to inject. Oh, I love that rose gold effect in there from those diamonds. Okay, here we go. 6.2 inch Epic Lizard. And this mold surprisingly doesn't take as much plastic as you would think, but it certainly does like to drink just a little bit. So make sure you stand by and you're ready to do a little bit of top off. Just like that. Now take a look at that on the end of the injector. Oh yeah, looking old school, baby. Alright, here is the sprue from the injector. Again, sporting that dark, translucent OG Melon vibe with the black and red pepper in there. And as we pull it apart, you can see that old school green in there. Oh, they don't make baits like this anymore, but you can. The beauty of making your own baits. Alright, and here we go. This is the 6.2 lizard, and I hope it's coming out on camera for all of you the way it is for me here in person. I'm trying to get the lighting just right for y'all. There we go. Look at how it just glows in the light. Such an awesome color. Oof, it looks so good in the sun. I mean, just an absolutely beautiful color. Look at that. Oh, unbelievable. Translucent green when you hold it up to the light. So cool. Look at those tails. Look at that. Almost translucent, but also vibrant green. You can see against the aluminum here. Boom, vibrant green, but also translucent at the same time. Such a great color. Awesome. Awesome OG translucent. You can see it there. The camera never does it justice, but you can see it. It is translucent. So cool. All that ribbing. Jason does such a good job on all the molds. So cool. Look at that color, huh? See as the sun flickers through the trees, how it just changes from light green to dark green to black to see-through. All of that sparkle in there just acts like different scales on a lizard. Really, really cool stuff. Okay, so we have our tails all lined up now inside of our mold. We've got everything laid out, and so we're going to take the other half of our mold and gently set it right on top. I like to make sure the corners are as even as possible, so that way it shuts down and we get a nice tight seal. That's exactly what you're looking for. So this is ready to be clamped up and injected. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at what the lizards look like with their red tails. Can we get them all to come off on one? Nope, nope. Oh, just everywhere. Okay, okay. No, that's fine. Oh, yeah. I love how the plastic just comes over top and really grips that tail, holds it into place. Awesome. I like that. I think that's going to do good. That red and pink kind of contrast. The green body. Hopefully that catches some fish's attention. What do you think, huh? Little green lizard, red tail. Not bad at all. Okay, here we go. This is the pink and the creek chub laminate. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, look at that. Already on the belly you can see we got that nice beautiful kind of transparent see-through pink, and on the back side we have that beautiful creek chub. Alright, here we go. In a little bit better light you can see the creek chub there on the top, and then that beautiful kind of transparent pink with the silver pearl on the bottom. So there's a really great look at it right there. That laminates pretty much directly down the center of the lizard. Again, you know, I don't really expect anything less from Jason over there at Epic Bait Molds. Awesome machine work. And just look at that. I love these baits in which the light gets captured inside of the body and it glows. See here what I'm talking about? If you look here, when it gets dark, you get all that light that gets trapped in there and it gets reflected back on itself on the darker side of the bait. You can see the bait is casting a shadow onto my hand from the direction of the light, right? The body of the bait is casting that shadow, but look what's happening to that light. It's being captured inside and reflecting back against itself. So in low light situations, look at that. Look at that. You see that? You still get the outline of that bait. And that is just awesome. Just the way that the lizard body is shaped, it's like a triangle. I mean, if I were to cut this in half, you have a flat belly, but then you have the top that really just kind of comes to a point. So that center ridge line there, that triangular shape, really helps capture that light inside of the bait. So you really kind of get a lot of function along with the form. Fantastic. Awesome. I can't wait to get another batch. Let's finish up these lizards. And there you go, the 6.2 inch Epic Lizard in some amazing mashup colors, and that OG Melon 420. Oh, I'm telling you, you got to get your hands on that color before it's gone. Links are down below in the description. And also, don't forget, if you want to get yourself some sweet, sweet bait chucking merch, that's right, baitchucking.com. Get yourself a t-shirt, jackets. We got all kinds of cool stuff over there. And that's going to wrap it up for today. If you liked the video, please make sure to smack that thumbs up button. If you are interested in these epic bait molds, I will have links to all the molds down below in the description. And don't forget, over at Epic, if you buy 3 molds, you get a discount. And that's all the time, like 24/7. You put 3 molds in your cart, you're going to get yourself a little discount over there. So by the time you put the lizard mold and the tail mold in there, find yourself a nice little tail mold, or get yourself a little open pore like a pud or something like that. Get yourself that discount. Until next time, y'all, you know who it is. Your friend on this end, Michael, out here around these Delta sloughs, reminding you to keep on chucking. I'll get back with you.